The question we are solving now belongs to test series 11. It is of network theory subject. In specific, it belongs to two-port networks. As per the question, there is a two-port network as shown in the figure. The two-port network contains a 5 ohm resistor and a dependent current source of current I1. It contains a 2 ohm resistor and 1 ohm resistor as shown in the figure. The input terminals have the voltages and currents, input voltage as V1 and input current as I1. It has the output voltage as V2 and output current as I2. From the given two-port network, we need to find the H parameters of the two-port network. We know that if the H parameters of the two-port network are given as H11, H12, H21 and H22, we can relate V1 I1 and V2 I2 using the H parameters as V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2 and I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. From the given data, we see that H11 is equal to V1 by I1 when V2 is equal to 0. That is, when the output terminals are shorted, H11 can be written as V1 by I1. And we see that in this case, when the output terminals are shorted, we see that V1 can be written as 5I1 plus 2 multiplied by 6I1. And upon simplifying this, we see that V1 by I1 is equal to, this is 2I1. V1 by I1 is equal to 9. From this, we can say that H11 is 9. Similarly, we can say that H12 is equal to V1 by V2 when I1 is 0. That is, when the input current is 0, H12 is written as V1 by V2. So in this case, there will not be any dependent current source. And from the given data, we see that V1 is equal to V2 for this case. So H12 can be written as 1. Similarly, we can write H21 is equal to I2 by I1 when V2 is equal to 0. And we see that in this case, I2 is equal to minus 2I1. That is, when the output terminals are shorted, I2 can be written as minus 2I1. So H21 can be simplified as minus 2. And finally, H22 can be written as I2 by V2 when I1 is 0. That is, when the input terminals are left, when the input terminals are left open, the dependent current source will not be present. So in this case, V2 by it is equal to I2. So H22 can be written as 1. So from this, we can write the H parameter matrix as 9, 1, minus 2 and 1. Hence the correct option is A.